Hello everyone. Welcome to Easy as Math. In this lesson you will learn how to multiply and divide simple monomials. Along the way we will discover two important laws of exponents. Let's begin with our content vocabulary. First we have the numerical coefficient. A numerical coefficient is the number that multiplies the variable in an algebraic term. For example, in the expression 4x squared y minus 3y squared plus 8, the numerical coefficients are 4 and negative 3. Next is the literal coefficient. A literal coefficient is the variable part of an algebraic term, including its exponent. For example, in the algebraic expression 4x squared y minus 3y squared plus 8, the literal coefficients are x squared y and y squared. The difference between a variable and a literal coefficient is that a variable is a single letter, such as x and y, while the literal coefficient is the entire variable part of the term, including its exponent. In this example, x squared y and y squared. Now let us review the parts of an exponential expression. First, we have the base. The base is the number or a variable that is multiplied repeatedly. For example, in 4 raised to 2, the base is 4. Next is exponent, the number of times the base needs to be multiplied. In this example, the exponent is 2. Last is power. Power is the expression representing the repeated multiplication of the same factor. Now that you understand the important terms in our lesson, let us begin. Let's start with an investigatory activity. We know that x raised to 2 is equal to x times x, and x raised to 3 is equal to x times x times x. If we multiply x raised to 2 and x raised to 3, we get x times x times x times x times x. How many factors of x do you see? Correct, there are 5 factors of x. Therefore, x raised to 2 times x raised to 3 is equal to x raised to 5. Let's try another example. X raised to 4 times x raised to 6. Expanding both expression gives x times 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 x. How many factors of x are there altogether? There are 10 factors of x. Therefore, x raised to 4 times x raised to 6 is equal to x raised to 10. Now looking at our example, x raised to 2 times x raised to 3 is equal to 5, while x raised to 4 times x raised to 6 is equal to x raised to 10. Based on these examples, what do you think is the rule for finding the product of two powers with the same base? As you can see, when two powers have the same base, we simply add the exponents and keep the base unchanged. Let's express this as the formula. If x raised to m is multiplied by x raised to n, we will get x raised to m plus n. This rule is called the product rule. The product rule states that when we multiply powers with the same base, add the exponent and keep the base unchanged. Let's try a few examples without writing the expanded form. Pause the video and write your answer in the comment section. Let's check your answer. X raised to 7 times x raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 9. 2 raised to 5 times 2 raised to 8 is equal to 2 raised to 13. A raised to 3 times a is equal to a raised to 4. For our last example, we have x raised to 4 y raised to 2 times x raised to 3y. Apply the product rule separately to each variable. X raised to 4 times x raised to 3 is x raised to 7. Y raised to 2 times y is equal to y raised to 3. Therefore, our final answer should be x raised to 7 y raised to 3. Now that you understand multiplication of monomials, let's move on to division. Let's investigate how division of monomial works. Consider x raised to 5 divided by x raised to 2. Writing the expanded form gives x times x times x times x times x divided by x times x. Since x divided by x is equal to 1, we can cancel common factor. After cancelling, 3 factor of x remain. Therefore, x raised to 5 divided by x raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 3. Let's try another example. X raised to 7 divided by x raised to 6, expanding gives the following. Cancel the common factors. Only one x remains, therefore, x raised to 7 divided by x raised to 6 is equal to x. Now look at the exponents. X raised to 5 divided by x raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 3, while x raised to 7 divided by x raised to 6 is equal to x raised to 1, or simply x. Based on our answer in the two examples, what rule or formula can we conclude when dividing powers with the same base? Let us use these examples to formulate a rule. X raised to m divided by x raised to n is equal to x raised to m minus n. This rule is called the quotient rule. Quotient rule states that when dividing powers with the same base, subtract the exponent in the denominator from the exponent in the numerator and keep the base unchanged. Let's try a few examples. Pause the video and write your answer in the comment section. X raised to 5 divided by 2x raised to 2 is equal to 4x raised to 3. 20a raised to 7, b raised to 4, c raised to 2 divided by 5a raised to 2, bc raised to 2 is equal to 4a raised to 5, b raised to 3. The product rule and quotient rule are part of the laws of exponents. The law of exponents are rules that help us simplify expressions involving exponent. Remember, product rule when multiplying powers with the same base, add the exponent. In quotient rule when dividing powers with the same base, subtract the exponent. This ends our lesson. For free access to our slideshow presentation, print-ready notes, and assessment to practice your understanding, check the description below. Thank you for watching. This is Easy as Math.